Hey humans, Coach Nate here with another mindful focus. So in this post it reads, letting go of toxic connections is not about hate, but an act of self-respect and self-care. It's removing oneself from negativity and creating space for personal growth. Not every relationship that we have or are in is good for us, and it doesn't matter what relationship. It could be work colleagues, it could be friendships, it could be even family, loved ones. The relationship can have a deep impact on our mental health if it is toxic, if it is unhealthy for us. We have no obligation, in other words, to maintain a relationship that is unhealthy for us. I'm going to say that again. We have no obligation to be in or maintain a relationship that is mentally unhealthy for us. We owe no human being our peace or our lives. No one. No one. When we are participating in toxic relationships, things that erode our self-confidence, our peace, our value, our confidence, our self-esteem, we are giving chunks of our life. Bits of us are dying all the time. And yes, we regenerate human cells. But when so much is being killed off, that then can begin to work internally, helping what is externally causing us harm. The internals can take over and continue with that. Let's not help that process occur. Choosing your mental health and well-being is not selfish, it is self-care. Selfish is me only. I don't care about anybody else. It's all about me. You don't matter. Your feelings don't matter. You have no value. Selfish. Self-care is I'm going to prioritize myself in terms of my needs, what I need for myself, my mental health and well-being, my physical health, above all else. And you should do the same, the other people. And if each of us are doing that, then we might be so consumed with that, then we're not causing all of the damage and harm that we are to others. But we tend to, human behavior, get so caught up in being dissatisfied with ourselves that we make it a point to cause harm to others, and that in a sick, twisted way makes some people feel better about themselves. And if you're concerned about, well, there are people in my life that I care about, and if I were to deprioritize them and increase my priority, then I won't be able to look after them and care about them. And so the question then becomes, how will you care about them if you no longer exist? How will you care about them if you become incapacitated? How will you care about them if you are unable to due to illness? See, there is a benefit to those that we care about by prioritizing ourselves first. We should just be doing it for ourselves, period, end of story. But if we're unable to grasp that and do that fully, then we can at least say, I'm not being selfish in doing this. By taking care of myself, I'm able to better take care of those that I care about. It's a good first step and a good starting point. So then if we were to look at this from a let go, live now, when, how do we do this? Assess those that are making deposits in your life and those that are making withdrawals. You know when you have money in the bank account. And if all people are doing is making withdrawals, it may be an indication of a relationship that's not serving you. Especially, again, we're talking when you're going through that healing, development, personal growth process. Now, if you're completely affluent and you've got so much there to share and it's always excess, and by all means, if you're perfectly content with them continuing to make withdrawals and it has zero impact on your health and well-being, if you've got so much money in the account, people could withdraw till the cows come home and you'd still have money left over, fine. But if you are not in that place mentally, if you are dealing with challenges, life, trying to get a mental advantage, struggling, dealing with challenges of anxiety, depression, a low mood, self-esteem, self-confidence, past trauma, any of those types of toxic challenges, concerns that generally derive from other people's behaviors, then you probably aren't in a place where you can afford to have people just make withdrawals. Now, if they're making deposits, that's a good thing. That's helpful to helping you in your healing and in your journey. Always listen to your gut, that gut instinct. It's telling you something, how you feel about it. If it's not right, at a minimum, pause. At a minimum, pause, think, reflect before acting. It's there that inner voice trying to tell you something, generally calmly and cool and calm and collected. You can, if you're not sure, test out distancing. I'm going to do a trial separation, if you will, putting a little distance and see how you feel, not how the other person. Is it a plus? Is it a minus? To help you discern, do I feel at peace by having put this distance in here? It's called a boundary, putting a buffer in place between me and that behavior. Separate the person. If you can love the person, you can hate the behavior. You can have people that you love, but you don't have to like them based on their behaviors. And oftentimes, we'll get into this later in another, but their behaviors are generally something because of something that happened to them. Make no apologies for prioritizing your wellness. None. Zero. You owe nobody an apology for putting yourself as a priority of yourself. And know that growth is painful. Healing is painful. Doing that, it's hard work. It is challenging, but it is so worth the investment in yourself. So I'm simply sharing some insights here. You can try it or toss it. Both answers can be correct. Only you can determine which of those works for you. If you like this content, feel free to give a like and a follow so you know when I post new content along this line. And as always, until then, let go, live now, and win.